and welcome back, everybody, and happy Saturday night. Thank you for joining us with the ladies of the Empire. Definitely have Miss Niners Jess here and Niner Lady Dina. Thank you for joining us, ladies. And how are we today?
Doing
I'm great.
awesome. How are you doing?
So far, so good. Definitely looking forward to the start of preseason because then we know 3 games later we're going to be at the start of our regular season. And everybody loves, if you're here, loves the Niners. So it's only that much closer to being able to root for our favorite team. And despite whichever player starts, it's going to be go Niners. And ultimate goal is bring home that Lombardi.
Yes.
Definitely want
I
to
need
say
number 6.
absolutely. It's like
Yeah.
you can see this team has definitely been achieving to get this far. And with all the weapons that we have offensively and defensively, I definitely can see us getting very close. And if not, hopefully, potentially just bringing home the Lombardi because we just are that dynamic of a team this year. And, if anybody else out there feels the same way, drop some fire emojis in the chat. Let's get this party started. Just want to say thank you to Bryant and David McNiner. And we'll give a few minutes to a few of our other guests in the chat. They should soon be coming in. But today we're definitely going to be talking about preseason game number 1, 49ers versus Raiders.
Yeah.
And I know back in 2011, after that big fight had broke out in Candlestick Park, there was a guy that got beat up in the bathroom. There was a shooting that actually happened in the parking lot. Then they had banned the Raiders and the Niner games for like 10 years. And only recently in 2021 did the Raiders and Niners actually get to come back together for another round at Battle of the Bay. Now they took the Bay out of the Raiders and they just left the sand. So now it's just
And the chips.
That's right. And it's pretty interesting when you watch, as far as what you can see from these video clips that you're allowed to see, because it seems when you watch them, they're so far away from the video. So, everybody's so far back from where the guys are actually playing. So it's like to actually get a true perspective of what's going on out there, you can't really tell. You really just can't tell. But that's okay because it's football season and it's 49ers all day and we are getting ready to kick off again and I'm ready. How about you?
Me too. Me
Excellent.
too. Definitely.
Tomorrow is game day.
Yes, it is. And Boo Boo Bear is ready.
Any special plans for tomorrow? Any events?
Probably just hanging out and waiting anxiously till 4:00 Eastern to
Yeah.
kick off.
Definite nap time after church.
Oh, nice. And get ready for that game. Yeah, my aunt, she invited us over to her house. So we're going to be having a nice little, luncheon dinner to be able to watch this game and ring in the new 2023 season. So that's definitely going to be something very exciting. Definitely looking forward to it. And then, so my first topic here is, do you believe the media when they say the Raiders are outplaying the 49ers in these shared practices?
I don't even think Boo Boo wants to answer that one.
I don't know. I think it's just two teams that are just battling it out. I mean, they each have their own things that they're working on. I mean, this isn't a game. This is practice. So it's a matter of, each coach saying, you know what, put it here, like, as far as the, quarterback position, put it here, whether he's open or not, let's see what you got. And then, as far as the defense goes, do it this way. I just think it's two teams that are just working on their craft, before the regular season.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Jess, because it's really too early to tell about battles. I mean, they're out there, they're just practicing. It's not really a game per se. They're just like practice and trying to like look at each other, maybe analyze a little bit, but it's really too early to tell like where the action is going to be, like what position really stands out, because it's practice. I would say like maybe by the third preseason game, might be able to tell a little bit more. But right now, you're just two teams battling. That's all.
Definitely starting to knock that quote unquote rust off, getting ready to smash on the opposing teams throughout the season. And I know
Yeah.
it can't be that comfortable to have to go practice in the desert, that's for sure. That doesn't seem like that's going to be a very nice
Well,
area.
you know what too? This is like the first time that they've been practicing against one another for the past 3 weeks or so. So this is the first time that they're practicing against another team and and stuff
Right.
like that. So I think after this, I expect everything to just go up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The accelerator hit and that'll be good because I think somebody was saying, I think it was Wilkes, he had said it, it's like when you're battling against each other, you finally get to go up against the opposing side of the ball. It does make a difference because you already know each other in and out. Now you have to get ready for the real deal of what these other guys are going to be facing, because you're not going to be facing your offense or your defense schemes. You're going to be facing all these other different schemes throughout the year. And it's definitely nice. And as long as everybody is well behaved and the boys keep their fists and hands to themselves unless they absolutely have to use them, and everybody stays healthy and happy, then we're all good.
Dag nabbit. Freaking Eagles scored.
Oh no. Yeah, we need them to get tired. Well, we want to go in there when they're fully healthy, but maybe a little banged up might help the Niners. But all in all, I definitely want to see everybody being full strength, because I think if the Niners go in there for a rematch, I do believe those Niners are going to whip the Eagles. It seemed like that was what was the case was going to be the last time when they had played, if it wasn't for that terrible day.
Yes, that unfortunate situation.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And my next question is, does anyone else have butterflies in their belly because of Bosa? Are we all content, or do we have that little nervous feeling in our belly because we are drawing closer to the start of the season? And what's the holdup for Bosa getting his payment if we know that they're already going to pay Bosa? What is taking so long for them to just settle the butterflies in the fans' bellies?
Yes and no. Yeah, I'm anxious. I want to see him. I want to know that it's a solid deal, that he's there. But come on, it's Bosa. They got to sign him, and I think they're just like waiting to the very last minute again for some odd forsaken reason. But yeah, it makes me a little nervous, but yet I'm optimistic. Put it that way. I'm optimistic.
We knew when we drafted him that he was going to get a big contract after his rookie deal. So we need to get it done ASAP. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen this week. I would suspect in the next maybe week and a half, it would get done. I know the Niners, the thing is like, with the Niners, it's urgency and patience. Well, that's a little, that kind of makes me a little nervous, because it's like, okay, well, we got September 10th is, right around the corner. We're 26 days away or whatever it is.
Right.
I thought he would be signed before training camp even started, because that's just how the Niners do things. But they've known all along that he was going to get this big contract. My thing is, maybe the numbers are done, but they just don't want him, practicing and such. But you know what? You can still sign him and he can sit out. So, who knows at this point, but hopefully within the next week and a half, he's signed, sealed, delivered. and he's ours. So
Signed, sealed, delivered.
delivered,
I'm
I'm
yours.
yours.
Oh, sorry. I had a Motown relapse.
Oh no, that's okay.
That's okay. I opened the door for that one. I knew that was coming.
I love that. Yeah, with the, it's like we know Bosa is definitely not going to go anywhere. It's just, it definitely would settle the nerves as far as, if we knew that the Niners were going to pay this man, maybe they are just fine tuning the contracts, and maybe the Niners aren't offering what Bosa is expecting. I'm not too sure, because I know that would raise some more questions as far as, is he now unhappy, where before he didn't seem like he would be that kind of player. Not that any player is wanting to ever be that player. They know their worth. They want to get paid for what they are valued. But you always wonder if that's the case with Bosa now. Is now he knows what his worth is. Is he going to really stick it to him and make sure that he gets every penny, or leave the door open for potential extensions? You never know. But
just pay the man his money and let's go.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Okay, pay the man his money.
Yep.
That's right, because we need to send a message out there to all those offenses waiting to play us that our defense don't play.
Okay.
That's going to be
Tired
great.
of it.
Mm-hmm. It's like
you're not going to give it to him. Give it to me.
That's right.
Right.
Okay.
Buy a couple houses with that money. Now, I know that they had came out and they named our starters for preseason, at least for this Raiders game. But can we expect to see Trey Lance be the starting quarterback for the rest of the 3 preseason games? Is it something that we hope to see would be potentially the situation?
I think up until the dress rehearsal, I think we will see, Brock Purdy being QB1 for the dress rehearsal. But for now, Trey Lance will be the starter for tomorrow for sure. And I'm looking forward to seeing number 5 out there. It's been a minute. And, I'm just looking forward to seeing 49ers football. I mean, whether we win, lose, tie, whatever the case may be, I mean, I want to see our guys out there.
And preseason don't count, so the tie will be all right.
Yeah. I agree. I'm looking to see some football. It'd be nice to see Trey out there. For me, anyway, it'd be nice to see him out there getting some reps and playing for a while and getting his feet together and getting that arm together. But we're going to see, we got to trust the process. But yeah, it'd be nice to see him out there, and it'd be nice to see everybody out there, just playing a game and seeing those uniforms again and hearing those grunts and groans of football. Love it.
Now, have you ladies ever attended a preseason game?
No.
How about you, Jess?
I have, but not a 49ers game.
Not a 49ers game.
I've went to a Giants and a Jets game way back when.
The preseason games are really exciting, and I know some people, they probably won't agree with the necessity of having them around for this or that reason, but I do find them rather exciting as a fan, because you're going in and you're seeing the different guys that potentially could or could not make the roster and how well they play, and it just kind of adds to that excitement of what to look forward to. And it's just really exciting because it almost, for me anyways, the atmosphere still feels like a regular game, like a regular season. And, you have your diehard Niner fans or even bandwagon fans you're sitting next to, and they're all like, yeah. And it's really exciting because even though it's just practice, it's just preseason, it still feels like it's the real deal. And, each game does count. And as long as everybody can pull through and just have a great time, that's ultimately what we'd like to see. And I'm definitely looking forward to it. Next week, Bryant, he got lucky and won some tickets to go to the Broncos preseason game, which is going to be really exciting. I've been to a couple preseason games before, and I'm looking forward to this one also. It's going to be really close to the field, so you're going to be able to have a good advantage of seeing what's going on down there and getting a good eye. I'm really looking forward to a couple different rookies. which brings me to my next topic of which rookie or rookies are you looking forward to watching this game versus the Raiders?
I am looking forward to seeing Jair Brown and Ronnie Bell,
Nice.
the wide receiver out of Michigan.
Mhm.
But Jair Brown specifically, I think
Yes.
he's definitely a young ball hawk, in the making, and I'm excited to see him.
So am I. That's first on my list, Jess. I want to see Brown out there, and especially with what I know he could offer the Niners, and just his presence alone, just exudes football.
Mhm.
He's ready. He wants to do this, and I'm anxious to see him out there and see what he can do. And I know he's going to be a great asset to this team. If you know, but yeah, I want to see what he can do.
I also do.
That's my number one.
I do have to say that this one thing, because I know Bryant will be happy, but I'm also looking forward to seeing Jake Moody as well.
Absolutely. And that would be exciting. That would definitely be exciting. And I'm curious to see how many are they going to give him a first, a whole, first two halves for him, like the first half, and then Zane Gonzalez, is he going to come out? Are they going to waste any time on Zane Gonzalez and giving him even the opportunity to try to come out and kick, or they're just going to give the whole game potentially to Moody? So that'd be very interesting. Because
I actually think they're going to split it up. I actually think they're going to split it up. I don't think it's just going to be a one-man show right now. I think it's going to be a split up.
I agree with that. Yep.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Jack Coletto. He has definitely been kind of in my eyesight for a little while now since they've signed him, and just seeing the different little bit of tape that's on him and his versatility. And I'd like to see how that kind of transpires into a starting spot for him on the roster. And then also Jair Brown, he definitely has won his way up to definitely a starting position, and I'd like to see him continue to do that as well. And hopefully he maintains the perspective of being able to get his, earn his spot. That'll be really great.
Oh yeah.
And there's quite a few, like Ronnie Bell, and now with what's his name, Ray McLeod. Now that he has the broken wrist, it's kind of interesting to see how that's going to be panning out, because he'll be out for 8 weeks. So now who will be kicking and receiving, or punt return, kick return? I know that Kyle Juszczyk, he apparently is the one that you can use, but you never really see him out there being applied as that. And I know we have a couple other guys that are on the roster, such as Ronnie Bell, and then they have that Deshaun Jameson. So that'll be interesting to see. So I'll definitely be keeping my eyes out for the rookies, seeing how everybody goes. At least the ones that seem to have a potential chance, because there's a few that were only just camp bodies that were coming in that are just going to be exactly that, just a body to fill a position while things are being sorted out.
Right.
It's definitely going to be quite exciting to see how it all pans out, because
this is sorting out time.
And it's going to be a Band-Aid being ripped off here in the next couple of weeks, because they're not going to take it easy. They're just going to rip it off. I hope everybody's ready.
That's what happens. I mean, we have such a great team and great depth that, you're going to cut a lot of good guys.
Absolutely. I just want to take a moment to pop into the chat and tell everybody thank you very much for stopping in. I know we have Steve-O, David McNiner, The Honest One.
Hey,
we
Sam.
have Cinnamon Kiss. We have Dion from Niner Gang Podcast. Thank you so much for coming in.
What's up, everybody?
Steve-O, David McNiner. How you doing, man?
Melissa, thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. Your viewing and your presence is greatly appreciated, 100%. And if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and check out in the description where you can find these other two ladies, as well as the other panel ladies that are not here, and where you can find more great content for the 49er world. And
that's right.
So it's definitely going to be exciting. We're talking about the 49ers versus the Raiders going off in Vegas, which is kind of
Raiders.
interesting. Very, very interesting because that's going to be a hot game. Definitely going to be a lot of tensions, but I hope everybody can just keep their cool and just make it very fun because I think ultimately that is what the preseason games are for, is not only just fun for the fans that pay for the tickets to go and view, but it should be fun also as well as for the players that are earning their spot or just showing that last bit of what they can do. Yeah, I know I've already said it, but that Jack Coletto guy, I'm just like really intrigued to see because there were so many different positions that he played, and I'm kind of curious to see if they're going to be putting him as a second fullback, which potentially could be where he might end up. But I know that the other, he's played on special teams, he's played a linebacker, he's played quarterback. So there's all these different positions that he's played. It'll just be kind of interesting to see what roles that these guys are going to be playing. And, if, even though they start off as a fullback, if they're going to end up being used on the opposite side of the ball. Because I know they had Deshaun Jameson, if I'm not mistaken, he's for the special teams for the kicking routine. Kick return, punt return. But also I think they're having him do cornerback as well. But I'm not too sure how that's panning out. So, and the Niners, they have been picking up quite a few of the cornerbacks, have they? And again, I don't know if it's just camp bodies, but it seems like they've been picking up a few cornerbacks.
I'm glad.
That'll be good.
It's not like they're not needed. Trust me. Yeah, I'm glad. And you touched on a point about the game being fun and things of that nature. We know that there's going to be some little grunts in there, some little hits in there, little digs in there to make it interesting. I mean, after all, it is the Raiders.
That's
so,
right. And it is still the Battle of the Bay.
They had this one clip I saw on Facebook of, Jimmy shaking Brock's hand. So, yo, man, what's up? How you doing? and I thought that was pretty cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm sure there's going to be some digs in there in this game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's something to look forward to in a way.
And Jimmy, he seems to be getting off lucky because I highly doubt that he'll be coming out to play any snap when it comes to this preseason game against the Niners.
Yeah, and you know what else? What really gets me excited is the versatility of all the players to do different positions.
Mm-hmm.
That has me really pumped up because, again, you fall short on one position, you got somebody that can step in automatically. So the versatility of the players to have positions that they know, not just one, is really going to help us in the long run. And that really has me psyched out. I love it. I love it. And like I said about the corners, yeah, we need them.
Mm-hmm.
We need them. And I know that they will be used.
Do you believe
used?
Do you believe we're going to be seeing Jordan Mason come out for any snaps during these preseason games?
That would be cool.
I think so.
And who do you think would be taking that? We already know the starting running back is going to be Christian McCaffrey, but who do you think will take number 2 since Elijah Mitchell will be potentially? He might be in or might be out because I know he has his little injury that he may be well from, but I'm not too sure if they're going to have him playing any snaps here in the preseason either.
I don't really think so. I mean, that's why we signed McNichols. Because we need a running back for the preseason. So I highly doubt that CMC and Elijah Mitchell will play at all.
Yeah.
TDP, do you see his job on the line? Do you think he'll be out there trying to work his way back up to the roster, or do you think this year is going to be his last year if he even makes the roster this year at all?
No, I think he'll be out there.
Yeah, he's got to fight. Yeah, he'll be out there because he has no choice. I mean, he has to He has to step it up, and I'm sure he's anxious to do that. And he'll be out there.
Awesome. And are there any of the rookie tight ends specifically that you ladies are looking forward to seeing?
Tight ends?
Mm-hmm.
Love a tight end.
It's so funny because with George Kittle, how he had the that shorts commercial, I was like, who better to promote some shorts than a tight end himself?
Yeah, I'm still stuck on the pineapple. Sorry.
Yep.
Love my fruit. I don't know. I would love to be able to see all of them out there, to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really want to see all of them out there, because look, they gotta learn a position when it's a different team, not just practicing with your homies, and the ones that they have. Ooh, let's see what they can do. Let's see if they have, they came in talking about they got the power. Bring that power. I want to see all of them at least out there for a minute or so, at least 2 or 3 plays. Just have them out there. Okay. And see what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
I want, talk is cheap. Let's go. Let's do this. Show us what you got, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see Cameron Latu catch a pass.
Ooh.
Nice.
Because he's had the dropsies a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I definitely like to see him catch a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I heard, that he's been dropping a ball a lot.
Yep.
Now, it's time for redemption.
Yeah, I mean, he's been getting good separation, but he just can't catch the ball.
Yeah, it's time for redemption. You got good clearance. There's no excuse. You got to catch it.
Yep.
You got to catch it. And, especially you got those guys that the quarterback throws one of those bullets at you, and you got your hands out like this to catch it, and it goes right through your hands and hits you right in the chest. Hold on to it, then fall down and cry. Okay?
That's right. Hold on to that ball like it's your baby. Don't you drop it.
Yeah. I'm in pain, but I got the ball. Thank you. That's all I need to know. Can you walk? Okay, you good. You breathing? Okay.
Now, out of the tight end class that we have, do you potentially have an idea of who the backup tight end would be? And considering that Ross Dwelley is on his way out the door.
I think Braden Willis has definitely shined a little bit. I think Braden Willis, I still think, Ross Dwelley and Charlie Warner, we kind of see them on this roster, I think, because Cameron Latu, even though I believe he's a third rounder, yes, Braden Willis is better, but I would definitely, again, like to see Cameron Latu catch a pass. But I even though he's a third rounder, I think he's on his way out.
I like this.
Yeah.
Can you take something for that?
I know that's a good question. Can you take something for that?
That would be interesting. Let's see.
Go to the sidelines and grab a dropsies pill.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that's going to be something very interesting to see Latu, because I know he's been, when these guys came in, it was kind of like, all right, we picked you up in the off season. Let's see how you pan out. And, just like every year, some guys come in and like Darrell Luter Jr., what's his fate? Are they going to keep him potentially, or is he out indefinitely because of an unfortunate injury when he overextended his knee? So that's kind of sad because, he had shown some potential. I don't know how great his potential was as far as like, oh, this is promising. We're going to keep you a little longer.
Mhm.
But I guess we won't know for a while because he'll be out healing up from that bone bruise. So
Yeah.
that's kind of sad.
Yeah, they didn't say exactly how long he would be out, though. But
Yeah,
you
some of
do
the articles
something like that.
yeah, that's going to take a while to come back from. That just sounds painful.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the thought of overextending your knee is like I wouldn't even begin to imagine how even something like that happens, let alone just how it feels. Like oof. So
I did it once in marching band in
oh
college, and we had this one move. You had to like pivot and put your knee up high, like almost like in another like a L. And I went to pivot and lift the knee, and I just felt this incredible pain. I couldn't even put it down. I mean, it hurt for me to put. I had my knee up in the air, like
oh no.
trying to play my sax, and I'm like So when I made it through, but then that's what they told me I did. I hyperextended it, and it took. Oh my god! Thank God it was near the end of the season. So you're looking at like mid-November to almost, if I remember correctly, April to really, because I had to like rehab it and all this stuff. I mean, it was pretty bad.
That's a lengthy
So,
process.
yeah, it was almost near April. Um, so yeah, I mean, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like if you get one of those ACL tears, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I'm
Oh
just
god.
glad it happened when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's very painful to hyperextend your knee. It's very painful.
Ouch. Now, wide receivers. Danny Gray has been in the talks as far as he's looking better, but he's still a long far away as far as maybe being that top elite wide receiver, such as in the same classification as a Debo and a Brandon Ayuk. Can we imagine seeing him coming out to shine in any of these preseason games? Or is he safe on the roster where he doesn't have to show anything more until the regular season starts?
I think the wide receivers, it's going to be a tough battle. But then again, with Ray going down and being out at least 8 weeks, I think Danny Gray is in a position to be back there for kick returns. But I still think we'll see him out there in preseason.
Yeah, I do too. He's got to show what he has, because that position it's tough. Like Jess said, it's tough, and it's a lot of competition.
Mm-hmm.
And I expect to see him out there, because no one is in that position, I should say, is really guaranteed, because there's so many, and there's so many good players, but they really got to hone down on concrete. Who is the concrete one, especially now? Danny Gray really needs to step it up. So I expect to see him out there at least a couple of times.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
Because I know there's Debo said something really nice about him, kind of acknowledging the fact that the kid's putting in some work. He seems to be, at least having the recipe or whatnot. So it's going to definitely be exciting to see how he pans out, because he's been with us for at least a year. Is this his second year now, or 2 years already? So that'll be interesting to see how far he can go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's the thing.
And what is the deal with Alfredo Gutierrez? I know that we have that there's a program that the Niners do where they can, pick up people from like internationally, and if they plan on keeping them, they can throw them on the practice squad. And we've had Alfredo Gutierrez on our team for many years now. But is he just somebody that they just keep on the roster as a fill-in, and to give him the opportunity, or is he somebody that we're potentially gonna?
I don't know. I wish. I mean, I heard he was kind of slow at, in movement. But that's a mashed potato cornbread eating dude. Okay.
Huge.
I saw somebody like that coming after me. I was like, dude, just take the ball. Don't even look at me here. I would like to see him out there again, not just on the sidelines or the practice squad. I really don't know what's going on with him and his position with the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard he's very raw, so I'm not quite sure about his development.
Because I know he's been with the Niners this is probably at least his second year, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe even longer. But it is definitely interesting because you don't really see him often. You definitely know he's there because you do catch glimpses of him.
Right,
but
right.
Not enough to be like, oh, there he is again. And here's a question from the chat. This is a good one. It says, who do we keep, Ronnie Bell or Willie Snead?
Ooh.
Because Ray went down, I'm going to say Ronnie Bell.
Really?
I know Willie Snead has been making his catches and, making his statement, but I think strictly because Ray went down, I think we keep Ronnie Bell, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say Snead. I mean, I like Ronnie Bell, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say Snead for now. But, who am I? That's just me.
No, that's definitely an interesting question. I do like what I see when it comes to Ronnie Bell. He's very interesting. Willie Snead, I've seen him too a little bit. And he seems to definitely catch everybody's eye. Like right now on the 49ers depth chart, the unofficial depth chart, they have him listed as a third string wide receiver. And then they have Ronnie Bell listed down in just the punt return, kick returns. So, and then Willie Snead's the second string punt return, kick return. So they definitely have him as far as listed above Ronnie Bell, but that can all definitely change as far as what the dynamics of how the rest of the practice goes and the preseason game goes. I know there's no more practice, but still in between the games, they are trying to fill in those slots because time is running out for these guys.
And that depth chart is put out by the PR department, so I wouldn't rely too much on that.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. No, especially when everything can change. You start looking at it and you're like, there's still quite a few people on here, and they don't have everybody listed, as far as all the people that they've really signed and whatnot.
Right.
So that'll be interesting. And I'm going to go over to my banners. So this is just for fun, do we have a score prediction for the 49ers versus Raider game?
I'm going to go 24-10 Niners.
Oh, nice. 24-10, that's good.
Say 21-7.
21-7. My score prediction was 17-13, Niners win. I figured the Niners could at least get 2 touchdowns and a good Moody kick. The Raiders will give them 1 touchdown and at least 2 kicks. But I wouldn't give them any more than that because even though last year was a close game, but there was a lot of different things that was happening with the team. But no, I definitely believe that on a regular day, the Niners can blow out the Raiders. But there was just something going on last year that just made them really have to work hard for that win against the Raiders. And that was actually one of those I hope to never see again. It's like, let's definitely not do this.
Yeah, in a way, I'm glad about that. That was pretty scary.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty much all I had. And then my last thing, just for fun, we're just going to ask there. If Jimmy G does end up playing as a better quarterback with the Raiders than he ever did with the Niners, what are your thoughts on that scenario? Not that it really amounts to anything in particular except for hurt feelings or mad feelings, but if he does play better at quarterback with the Raiders scheme than he did with the Niners scheme, how does that turn out? Is that
Jimmy G was good when he was healthy.
mm-hmm.
And I think that's just that. He has to stay healthy. But unfortunately with us, he, wasn't really available. But I know people will be tracking that and, and this, that, and the other thing. But, as far as tomorrow goes, it's preseason. But it's with everything, it's, you have to stay healthy. I mean, but speaking of the 49ers, we have to stay healthy. I don't even want to bring up that I word. And that's just it. We, everybody has to be available, and we got to make that long run to get number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Hey, leave him where he is. That's my scenario. Leave him where he is. And, like Jess said, if he's healthy, he plays well. He's, if he's gets a little banged up, then that's when he starts with the happy feet. So yeah, I'm happy for the dude. Leave him where he is. We're fine. Everything is good. We're going to strive to keep winning games and to get that trophy. And if Jimmy is happy where he is, I'm happy for him.
Absolutely. And the Niners, they don't have anything to prove to him. Not necessarily, but there might be a little bit of an aspect of, try your best, work hard, and just show and remind Jimmy that this is why you're not here anymore. And it's nothing against you, but this is why we have what we're working with, and we're going to pursue, because nobody likes to have to look back. We're moving forward.
Right. Exactly. And, you can't look back. You got to keep moving forward. The more you look back, the more you're going to say, oh, we shoulda, coulda, woulda, woulda. Those days are gone.
They sure are.
Let's look for the future, concentrate on the goal, and go for it. Don't be like Lot's wife and look back.
Oh yeah. Ooh, it turned to pillar of salt.
Nope.
Don't want
that. No.
But I do want to thank everybody for coming. The show's not going to be as long as it usually is. It's really hot here, and there's definitely a lot of things going on. But I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. And
wait a minute, let me say, I'm good.
You're good. And everybody, just remember to have fun. Enjoy these next 3 games, because when the regular season starts in September, then that's when all the emotions can come out and everybody can feel it, because then that's when it's really going to count. But for now, have fun, keep the faith, trust the process, and just keep your fingers crossed that the guy you're looking forward to is going to get signed, because when that Band-Aid gets ripped, it's going to get ripped hard.
Oh, one question. Anybody going to the Pittsburgh game? Oh, cool. All right. I'll look for you. I'll be the cute one out there.
Nice. That's going to be awesome.
Let's get Roger Craig in the Hall of Fame.
Yes. Tony, you gave some information about how people can write in about that. Do you still have that information?
I do. Let me see. Right
here. I think that's important.
It is Pro Football Hall of Fame. Address is 2121 George Halas. That's Halas Drive Northeast. That's in Canton, Ohio, 44702. Every nomination of an eligible candidate is received and will be processed and forwarded to the Hall of Fame Selection Committee. So every letter counts. They have no choice but to open it, read it, and forward it to the right people. And hopefully with enough support, Roger Craig will find his gold jacket hanging on a hanger, waiting to be given to him. Let's
have it. Yeah, let it be done in our lifetime.
Absolutely. The man's worked hard enough to get it and waited long enough to get it.
Exactly. So everybody Be old school. Start writing.
Absolutely. And I'll make sure I put that information in the description of this video after this. Then that way, if you want to come back to get that information again at a later date, it will be there waiting for you. And hopefully
That's right.
it makes it to the right people. But again, thank you everybody for stopping by. Ladies, as always, you make the show 100% great.
My pleasure.
And until next time, I want to say have a great
Bye-bye.
day. Go Niners.
Bye-bye.
And doesn't matter
Go
about the name on the back, it's the name on the front. And we'll
That's
just
right.
keep doing
That's
what we
right.
gotta do.
And Boo Boo says go Niners.
That's right. And until then, we'll see you next time.